Everybody, welcome to study number 13 in the book of Job in our Search the Scriptures Bible study. We are covering two chapters today, chapter 28 and chapter number 29. From chapter 28, what is expressed here concerning A, human skill, and B, human inability? And what are A, the source, and B, the essence of true wisdom? From chapter 29, what can we learn from Job's description of his manner of life before tragedy overwhelmed him, and what most stands out in his memory, and what then gave him enrichment and direction in his daily life? Let's look at chapter 28 and chapter 29 together and try to keep those questions in mind as we read these two chapters.
Job 28. There is a mine for silver, and a place where gold is refined. Iron is taken from the earth, and copper is smelted from ore. Man puts an end to the darkness. He searches the farthest recesses for ore in the blackest darkness. Far from where people dwell, he cuts a shaft. In places forgotten by the foot of man, far from men he dangles and sways. The earth from which food comes is transformed below as by fire. Sapphires come from its rocks, and its dust contains nuggets of gold. No bird of prey knows that hidden path. No falcon's eye has seen it. Proud beasts do not set foot on it, and no lion prowls there. Man's hand assaults the flinty rock, and lays bare the roots of the mountains. He tunnels through the rock. His eyes see all its treasures. He searches the sources of the rivers, and brings hidden things to light. But where can wisdom be found? Where does understanding dwell? Man does not comprehend its worth. It cannot be found in the land of the living. The deep says, "It's not in me." The sea says, "It's not with me." It cannot be bought with the finest gold, nor can its price be weighed in silver. It cannot be bought with the gold of Ophir, with precious onyx or sapphires. Neither gold nor crystal can compare with it, nor can it be had for jewels of gold. Coral and jasper are not worthy of mention. The price of wisdom is beyond rubies. The topaz of Cush cannot compare with it. It cannot be bought with pure gold. Where then does wisdom come from? Where does understanding dwell? It is hidden from the eyes of every living thing, concealed even from the birds of the air. Destruction and death say, "Only a rumor of it has reached our ears." God understands the way to it, and he alone knows where it dwells. For he views the ends of the earth and sees everything under the heavens. When he established the force of the wind and measured out the waters, when he made a decree for the rain and a path for the thunderstorm, then he looked at wisdom and appraised it. He confirmed it and tested it. And he said to man, "The fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to shun evil is understanding." Job 29. Job continued his discourse. How I longed for the months gone by, for the days when God watched over me, when his lamp shone upon my head, and by his light I walked through darkness. Oh, for the days when I was in my prime, when God's intimate friendship blessed my house, when the Almighty was still with me, and my children were around me, when my path was drenched with cream, and the rock poured out for me streams of olive oil. When I went to the gate of the city and took my seat in the public square, the young men saw me and stepped aside, and the old men rose to their feet. The chief men refrained from speaking, and covered their mouths with their hands. The voices of the nobles were hushed, and their tongues stuck to the roof of their mouths. Whoever heard me spoke well of me, and those who saw me commended me, because I rescued the poor who cried for help, and the fatherless who had none to assist him. The man who was dying blessed me. I made the widow's heart sing. I put on righteousness as my clothing. Justice was my robe and my turban. I was eyes to the blind and feet to the lame. I was a father to the needy. I took up the case of the stranger. I broke the fangs of the wicked and snatched the victims from their teeth. I thought, I will die in my own house. My days as numerous as the grains of sand. My roots will reach to the water, and the dew will lie all night on my branches. My glory will remain fresh in me, the bow ever new in my hand. Men listened to me expectantly, waiting in silence for my counsel. After I'd spoken, they spoke no more. My words fell gently on their ears. They waited for me as for showers, and drank in my words as the spring rain. When I smiled at them, they scarcely believed it. The light of my face was precious to them. I chose the way for them and sat as their chief. I dwelt as a king among his troops. I was like one who comforts mourners.
Now let's look at the questions, once again from chapter 28. What is expressed here concerning human skill and human inability, and what are the source and the essence of true wisdom? Well, mankind has done some incredible things. Even in the time of Job, men were already exploring the depths of the earth and bringing out diamonds and gold and rubies and other precious gems. The refining of copper had already begun as well. Yet for all the new discoveries that were being made, for all the discoveries we've made in the depths of the ocean, outer space, wisdom, still nowhere to be found. Only God knows where wisdom is kept, as Job put it. Job defines wisdom as the fear of God and understanding as the shunning of evil. And from chapter 29, what can we learn from his description of his manner of life before tragedy overwhelmed him, and what most stands out in his memory, and what then at that time gave enrichment and direction to Job's daily life? Well, Job was a very well-respected man before the protective hand of the Lord was removed from his life. What brought Job the most joy, it seems, was that others sought his wisdom and went away satisfied. His present situation is most distressing in the natural sense for him, because he's lost that respect that he once had, and though his wisdom has not changed. Matter of fact, he's probably grown in wisdom, but nobody will listen to him because of his present condition. It's really true a lot in our day. People listen to other people that seem to have everything going well for them, even though they may not be the ones with the most wisdom. I hope this study in Job is a blessing to you. I hope you're growing in faith and knowledge and wisdom of the Lord as you study his word. May God richly bless you. May he richly bless the rest of your day.